Trader.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to an extra exciting episode of The Rational Investor. You can see, I'm obviously, can you guys guess already what I'm celebrating? What color is this? And I'm not just celebrating it in red. I'm celebrating it in red with no sleeves. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. The level of dopamine that I experienced yesterday was like off the charts. It was exquisite. I mean, you guys have probably watched tons of political commentary and stuff like that, and you know that I don't like to discuss politics. I don't like to talk about either candidate or anything like that, but I do think we witnessed something historic. And I'm not excited because Trump won. I'm excited because of all the people that are around him. Elon Musk, who bought Twitter and basically made it's the only social media, uncensored social media that exists now. YouTube's not bad, but it's not great. So that gives me a lot of faith in Elon Musk, and he's done a lot, and now he's like Trump's right-hand man. So if he can help Trump to deregulate the government, then that will open up the world to massive prosperity. And that's probably why up here, if you see here, we are in greed. I'm waiting for us to go to extreme greed. I think we'll hit that sometime in December, and then we might get a crash or something. Something's got to happen to pull this market back. I don't think that whoever was behind the Democratic campaign is going to just walk away. I don't think they're going to go silently into the night and just leave this. I think there's going to be some form of vengeance in some way, and that could be a market crash. Who knows? We'll see how things develop. A lot of good news coming out already, right? I saw Putin mention that he's ready to have talks with Trump. I saw something, I don't know how true this is. I saw something about Hamas saying he's ready to discuss peace now. Like all these things suddenly happening just because Trump got elected. I'm waiting for something to come out of China or Xi Jinping to say something that he wants to work with the U.S. on more trade deals or something like that. So I think that you're going to see a lot of changes in the next 6 months. It's going to be an exciting time. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's not going to be bad. It's not, 90% not bad. 10% maybe bad. We'll see. But I'm excited. And I think it's going to have, I'm going to shrink myself here. Let me see. All right. I think that's small enough. Take a drink of water here. Okay. Let's get into obviously this was extremely bullish for markets. I got to toot my horn with the Tesla call. I've talked to you guys about Tesla ever since it was down at $200 down here. And I said, buy Tesla. I bought a lot of Tesla. I am partying like crazy right now, and I'm not selling it. I'm not. I'm targeting that 750 target all the way up here. I want this. Look at Tesla on a monthly chart. Look at this breakout. This was obviously telegraphed, and here was your bullish confirmation candle. This was well telegraphed back in September. And the only thing that would make me doubt this would have been if Kamala won, because then there'd be a lot more regulation that Elon might have to conquer, and there might be issues that they might, they obviously the administration was not friendly with Tesla. But now that he's like buddy with Trump, this is just an automatic win. And that's why the stock is rallying so much. I'm not recommending to buy it right now. That you could, maybe wait for a pullback. Who knows? It could just go straight up from here. But I have been talking about it for weeks. So I want to mention this. Obviously, we have massive gaps. Here's a gap. Here's a gap. Gaps generally fill, but sometimes they don't fill for a year, 2 years. So I just wanted to talk about that. That's a big thing that came out of the Trump win for me personally. And obviously crypto's rallied insanely, and you guys already know that. Wait for church state merger moral role, then mark of the beast and return of Jesus Christ the Messiah. I don't know what that is, JP, but interesting. I used to read about that kind of stuff and nothing ever happened. That's been being talked about for 20 years now. And I remember 10 years ago reading about these kind of things being predicted, and like every year somebody recycles it. So I just stopped paying attention and I focus on what I know to be true and what can help me improve my life. And that's what I think everyone should do. But if you want to focus on that, just understand that there's no timeline for those kind of events, and you could waste years of your life waiting for them to happen. Yeah, exactly, Quinn. I agree. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Zerkal. Hello, Stone Ape. Hello, Ucha. Welcome. Cotter is here. Hello, Karim. Hello, Noor. No Cotter yet. Waiting for Cotter to make his appearance. But glad to have you guys here, and so happy to be talking about the markets. Let's look at what's going on with news. Obviously, you know, everybody's waiting for this federal funds rate, FOMC statement right here. Let me do FOMC statement, press conference. That's the big thing. What are the predictions? Right now they're predicting we drop 0.25%. I think the reaction from the market is going to be pretty muted. I don't know how much this is going to impact things. I think that the statement, when the statement comes out, it might, or press conference, maybe. I really don't know. All I know is they're going to hunt for liquidity. That's all I know. So people always ask, like, are they going to do 0.5%, 0.25, 0? And it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you need to understand that these events are an excuse to hunt liquidity. And we're going to talk about that. Don't leave the stream. This is just the start. Okay. Now I sound like a real YouTuber. Don't leave. Listen, we are going to talk about liquidity hunting and how fundamental events are simply an excuse, especially in crypto. This applies to crypto more. It applies to the stock market, but crypto is easier to manipulate. And now that Wall Street is highly involved in crypto, you are seeing those manipulations on an extreme level. And we will go through scenarios showing how that exact thing happened this weekend and then happened going into the election and after the election. And it was all an excuse to hunt massive amounts of liquidity so that market makers and big hedge funds can obviously win. I will talk about TLT, Cleo. We will. And I know the play that you're talking about there. All right, so this is the big news. It's in an hour and 45 minutes. I may or may not stay up. I'm pretty tired, but maybe I'll stay up. I mean, it's gonna be a big thing. It's just I hate trading these events. Sometimes I do really well. Sometimes I lose money. Just either way, it's like stressful. Cortisol spikes through the roof. Okay, so that's the big thing. We'll talk about how it's gonna affect markets in a bit. Fear and greed index. We're in the greed zone. I don't know if it matters that much yet. Crypto greed is 77. I mean, it's been greedy for a while. We're going to go into liquidation heat maps with Bitcoin and a bunch of other majors here. We'll go over this. You guys kind of know the drill, but we're going to touch on stocks first and that kind of stuff. I don't think I'm going to talk about stocks too much, just a little bit. And then we'll just straight jump into crypto, because I think my impression is that a lot of people really care about crypto more than anything else. Like, you guys really want to hear about crypto. So, okay, let's go all the way to a weekly chart. I'm going to get rid of this one. And where's my... Yeah, so look at this. We hit my target. Finally, I mean, just double check that this is drawn perfectly the right way. So this was all the way down here. We drew this. Actually, it should be. I don't know why it's not. It should be like this. That's correct. There we go. Yeah, approximately here. Let me just line up these levels a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so basically here We slammed into my 4.669 level that I've been talking about for, I think I've been talking about this since pretty much we were around here, like 5,700, September 20th. So 5-6 shows now I've been talking about this number, 5,900, 6,000 level. We've looked at multiple weekly charts and saying over and over, this is the level, this is the level, this is the level. 6,000 is going to basically happen. And I'm going to show you a little, let's go down to a daily chart. We had the ABCD here. So here's kind of like a conservative A. And there's your CD right there. And that was already hit right here. That was kind of your pause here. People front ran that. Here's our next level being tagged. You know, you could even say that this looks like, to me, and don't quote me on this one because I'm not an expert with Elliott wave, but it looks like this. That's your wave C. And then here's your wave 5. And then the question is, where does wave 5 go to? And it's usually similar to wave 1, not always, but oftentimes similar. And that would point to like 6150 level. I'll be surprised if we get that high. I really will. I'm gonna now that we hit this target, I'm gonna get rid of these lines. I don't think they're needed anymore. I don't want to confuse people here. And get rid of this one. We'll get rid of my ABCD as well. I like don't use, you know what? Wait 1 second. Let me get my book here with my trading journal. This is my trading journal. There you go. You like the lock on it? Like that. Nice, right? Let me open this. If I can remember the code. What was the code? I haven't opened it in quite a while. I want to look at something really quick here. Oh, I got it. It's open. All right, wait 1 second here. All right, when we get to wave, because I haven't done waves in a while, so let's see. Where are my notes? Wave 5. 1.618. It's going to be equivalent to like, or 61% of wave 1. Okay. Confusing notes. Who took these notes? All right, let's see here. Should get 1.618 extension. Basically there, we already hit it. All right, I will post about this tomorrow. I want to look into it more. My notes are not clear on the last part of an Elliott wave, and I don't want to say something wrong. But suffice to say, we hit my original target. I have not taken profits yet, but we can look at on a weekly chart. How are we looking? And it looks decently bullish. 2-week chart, also bullish. I don't see any breakdowns here yet. I want to add my liquidity index chart. Let's bring in global liquidity. See what's going on there. Daily looks bullish. This is quite a breakout here. Lower time frames. I mean, I don't see anything saying sell immediately here. I think we can go higher. I don't see anything standing in the way. That 4.669 was an initial target to take some profits if you want to. We hit it. And now I watch for market structure. Do I see and momentum? Do I start to see any kind of breakdown? I mean, obviously we're getting overbought on all these time frames, but weekly and daily could still go higher. They really could. I mean, you did have a bit of a little thing down here, but it's not. Even if you go to the highs, it's nothing to really put too much credit, give too much credit to. Trying to give you guys better information than this, but it's really just up only as of right now. We could even, what we could do, we could look at drawing basically from down here from my original level. We could look at I like to look at parallel channels. So since this is a new uptrend, parallel channel would look kind of something like that. That lines up decently. Oops, why is it not? showing. Wait a second. No, I don't want to alert. Visibility. Okay, let's go lower time frame here. Yeah. Right, like that. Some people might want to draw down to here, and you could. And that shows like this midpoint being tagged, but I really prefer this level. And you can see how other people obviously drew this way, and this acted as a midpoint support and resistance. And it's really just to give us an idea of where this market might reverse from. Like what's our point that it could tag and then give us a bit of a reversal. Not necessarily saying it topped, but it looks like we're very close. So basically 6,000 is your point where you could reverse from there. I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. I think this is maybe this becomes you have to have the not a capitulation, a like euphoria event where people just go absolutely nuts and buy, and they just think we're gonna go to the moon, and then the market crashes. That's my big concern, especially because I'm feeling like too excited, and that's concerning me. Have I sold anything yet? No, I'm completely long and I'm holding, but I'm watching and I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay, so that's the S&P. Tesla, I already talked about Tesla. I don't have any entries for you guys, but I think that over the next 1 to 2 years, we will get to the 775 level. That's what I'm targeting. I'm watching a monthly chart. I showed you this major breakout down here. Even on like a weekly, we had a pretty solid. This is kind of your like breakout happening right here with RSI looking very bullish. So that's something else I'm watching. That's kind of all I have on stocks. I don't really have too much else. I mean, I bought coin, so I'm very long on coin. That's way up. You've got a breakout on the weekly chart here, right here. That's kind of crypto related. If you wanted to invest a bit from a stock portfolio, that's Coinbase. So coin is massively bullish, going green on the weekly. You do have a 7 coming in though, and something blocking its path here. So it's coming into resistance, and I'm considering selling a bit of my long, but as of right now I haven't. I'm completely long on this, but I'm concerned a little bit by this resistance coming up and potential for a pullback to fill this gap, some kind of event happening there. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But if it does eventually break out, I think it's going to follow Bitcoin, and this is just kind of like a very ugly bull flag. And you can get, you could do like conservative ABCD like this, and then your target is right up here to like 370, 400. I could see that happening. DJT, please, short term. Yeah, I can look at that. Why is ETH underperforming this cycle, or it still has to come? Yeah, we'll get into Ethereum. If you guys don't want me to talk too much about stocks, I can kind of like jump through it. I'm only going over a couple little things, and then we can just go into crypto. It seems like most people want to talk about crypto. So, okay, let's look at DJT, Trump Media. I mean, the earnings were pretty bad, right? They reported like they had only like 1 million in revenue or something. It was really low. So I think this was probably more of a like buy the rumor, sell the news event, where you had this big hype and rally, and now he won, and probably a lot of people bought when he won. So that's the perfect time to like pull the rug out and sell. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of companies are getting out here. Looking at a 4-hour, this is bearish to me. Bullish reversal on the 1-hour though. Not great on any time frame except the weekly. It's just barely intact from a bullish perspective. Big reversals, selling here. I don't like how it looks on a lot of the higher time frames. Personally, I wouldn't touch this. I don't like when higher time frames don't align with what could potentially happen on a lower time frame. So this could fill the gap here. I don't see why that couldn't happen, but the chart's all over the place. And you do have a divergence between momentum indicators and price action. But I don't like how ugly this daily chart is. It's a gamble. I think there's better stuff to trade than this. I wouldn't touch it personally, but if you want to, you can. I don't have a trade. Okay, why is Ethereum? Let's look at currencies really quick first. So dollar massively rallied on the Trump win, which makes sense to me. And I was talking about how the dollar was bullish until it breaks down from this daily uptrend right here, and it's still moving higher. You do have divergence building here. I'd like to see it get to the midpoint up here, take out these highs. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't take out this area, but I don't know if like dollar futures work a bit differently. You have all this stuff like resistance here. We tagged this level and reversed. Weekly never really broke out. You'd have to have the weekly breakout to get super bullish. As of right now, this is just a bearish retest before potential reversal. So I'm mixed on the dollar. I think we're gonna stay in this zone. I don't think anything's gonna really happen here until the new year, until 2025. I wouldn't get too bullish or too excited or expect some massive move post this massive fundamental event. This looks like divs are forming to me. Okay, so that's the dollar. Let's look at metals. You guys are always interested in metals. We can look at gold really quick. This is, let's see. Wow, gold tagged my target up here. So that was the ABCD target. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. I must have used a different chart for gold. I swear I had a lot more stuff. So final gold target is up here at 3,000. We didn't tag that yet. I think gold does have more room to run. Weekly chart is still bullish. Bullishness is intact. If you wanted to get long, this was your long opportunity right here. Tag the 50-day moving average. Obviously, this daily chart looks like crap. Like this is a major breakdown here with RSI, but I think it's got to go tag this BFRN. I don't see why it wouldn't get somewhere here. People are probably going to front run 2,900 will be sold. You might get to 2,950, maybe tag 3,000 for like 1 second, but don't expect it. I don't expect it to push through that. That's all you've got. If you wanted to short-term buy it down here, this was the buy, and you're going to target a push up to here. That's what I would do. Pretty obvious with gold, and then that's your top out. That's it. I wouldn't expect much more than that. Okay, that's kind of it with legacy markets. Do you guys want me to look at anything else with legacy markets? If I don't get anything back in like 10 seconds, we're going to jump into crypto, and we'll just do crypto the rest of the stream. Crypto. Oh, we can look at global liquidity quickly. So massive bump in global liquidity here into September, and now it's kind of rolling over just a little bit while markets are pumping higher. It's a bit concerning. Nothing you guys want to look at? All right, so no real interest in stocks. Good to know. Let's go to Bitcoin. Hello, Katayaro. Hello, Mercedes. Welcome, guys. Hello, Richard, Omar. Kevin asked, why is Ethereum underperforming? We will talk about that. All right, here's Bitcoin. I don't know how to make this chart any more obvious than it already is. We talked about this extensively many times. I don't know why my lines are not here. Why are my lines not there? Probably because why are my lines not here on the chart? This is annoying. Where are my lines? All right, so on a 3-day, I have it. Let me. Okay. Let's go to a weekly. So I talked about extensively how this is basically a bull flag, and we were going to break out, and we essentially broke out here on the daily. And lots of people got super bullish up here, and I think they bought. So what did the market do? It used the fundamental event of the election as a way to come back down, wash all those people out, cause massive liquidations, more so on the rest of the crypto market than more so on the crypto market, like the altcoin market, than Bitcoin. Like, this is nothing compared to what happened to alts. I mean, if we go to total 3, right here, you can see how, I go to a daily chart. Total 3 just got wrecked, and it went way below the lows, all the way here, back to where price was on October 10th, and some alts went back to where they were in September and August. I mean, it was major destruction, and it looked extremely bearish. You had to have a huge amount of conviction that this was like a psyop in order to long down there, and then things just took off, and now they're just moving higher, and it looks like you're gonna get a catch up in alts because where's my BTCD? Because BTCD tagged our 2.618 level, and it's rejecting from there. So the reason Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum, and Ethereum seemed like it was lagging, is because all the money was going into Bitcoin, and it's not been going into alts. So it's just all Bitcoin. Altcoins are losing their dominance. Ever since 2022, altcoins have been bleeding in comparison to Bitcoin. We hit a resistance level at 2.618. So you're going to get a stagnation here in the move higher with Bitcoin. And as long as Bitcoin stays stable or moves higher, alts should do the same or even outperform if this can pull back a bit. I do have a final target all the way up here of between 72 and 76. That's where I eventually expect Bitcoin to go. I'm not 100% on if that's going to happen, but I will, if we can break above this 2.618 and we start moving up into this zone, then I will feel better about that thesis and more confident. But for now, I do know that we're going to pause here, and we'll play in this level for a while, and alts can play catch up, which is always nice to see, because I know a lot of people are in alts, and this is the time. Like, this makes sense. Like, if you look at even just Solana, like, look at this on a daily chart, right? This was just destruction here, and then within 3 days, you had just boom, straight up. Like, destruction, and then 3 days of straight up. It's it's insane. Why Stingbee? Why does Bitcoin need a pullback? Why does it need the pullback? But Bitcoin is the master here. Like, if Bitcoin rolls over, everything kind of rolls over. S&P and Bitcoin. That's why I talk about the S&P, because if the S&P rolls over, Bitcoin will also roll over. On a weekly chart, Bitcoin's moving higher. Actually, that's a daily. And a daily chart, even Bitcoin's moving higher. Weekly, obviously, super bullish, big breakout. If we go to these lower time frames, you can see how the 4 hours essentially embedded here. Very, very bullish. The only thing that's giving me some caution is if we look at the liquidity map. So on a 12-hour, we don't really have much liquidity to the upside, but you've got this huge amount down here at 74,000. I can even go to like a 24-hour. It's the same. There's 74,000 liquidity. But, you know, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we're just in full-on bull mental challenge mode. Yeah, I think 61K is a pipe dream. That's not going to happen. You're never going to get that price. Like, if I there's no reason to go to 61K or looking at this liquidity. I mean, there's a little bit of 50K, but I just don't. You'd have to have some massive cataclysmic event to get down to that level. Something really bad would have to happen. Please look at the stocks above. Please look at the stocks. Richard said, dude, 4 stocks were listed here above. Okay. SD can all crypto miners. Dude. You said dude. Okay. Now I'm all off track. I was in crypto, but I was look at that 4 days ago, was showing 61K. Yeah, but things change and stuff moves around. And that's why I think it's important to always keep checking. And it's not perfect. It's not gonna tell you exactly, but it does help in the short term. So Richard, let me go through crypto and then we'll come back to those stocks later after I go through like the major crypto stuff. So I did look at, I use another app, but I don't know if I even want to show it because sometimes I think it's not that accurate. Let me see if I can log in and open it. But I'm a little bit. I think I can't sign into it. Yeah, I can't access it, so I won't show the other platform. But the other platform is saying there's like a bunch of liquidations here at 77, 78K, and then we could roll over to head to 74. Hello, GLS. I think everyone, rich is a relative term. For some people, I'm poor. For other people, I'm very rich. So it's a very relative term. Can't say. For me, I feel rich some days. Today, I feel rich. Yesterday, I felt rich. 2 days ago, Sunday, I felt poor. It changes every day. It's crazy. Trump MAGA. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think all of the election stuff is over now. I think that's a sell the news event. Now that it's over, I think they're gonna. I bet a lot of people bought into those expecting them to pump on the win, and I bet they did a little bit, and now they're just gonna fall apart. I don't see why people would want to pay attention to that. So look, Bitcoin's in up only mode. This is a major breakout. You're gonna hope for pullbacks. You're gonna hope on this move up. Bitcoin has to pull back. This has to pull back. It doesn't, because now you've got this parabolic move starting, and when a parabolic move starts, it happens super fast. Let's go back to 2000. Look here. Did you get any pullbacks? You got nothing. It just went straight up. You're going to see something like this, and you're not going to get a chance to re-enter. And once it pauses and doesn't move up any higher, and it stays like that for like 2 months, that's when you know that you're likely going to get some major dump at some point. You're not going to get another move higher. The move is here, and it's happening right in front of you. You need to try to enter and then just hold it, regardless of if you've got divergence on the indicators and everything. It just lay out your targets and hold. So as you can see, Bitcoin's doing the same thing where it's tagging my trend heuristic channel. It's not going to go below that. And you can see here, same. He was tagging this channel and it's just not going below. So if it comes back and it gives you a chance on a weekly chart to tag this, I'm trying to think, this is a custom indicator. How can I give you guys like an equivalent? Let me try to add like an EMA so you guys can kind of follow yourself. Moving average, exponential. Let's see. It looks like it follows. It's not perfect. So that's a 9, maybe like a 7. Yeah, I would say like a 7 EMA would be good. So it seems like it kind of follows a 7 EMA. So you could set a 7 EMA, and you could say if it ever comes down and tags that, that's kind of your area to consider buys. So now that the parabolic move started, you can see it tagged it here. This Sunday was basically your buy. That was your buy. And you had to have massive balls to do it and buy. I bought a lot. I took a bit of profits, regretfully. I closed about 80% now. But it's on leverage. Like I'm long all the coins, just not on leverage. I've only got like 20% left. So, but I thought it was good to take some profits, just because it was a large amount. But of course I wish I left it open. Right now we are going up. So is alt investing back on the menu? Yeah, I would say alt investing is definitely on the menu. Of course it is. It's always been on the menu. The election, thank you. Same. I have 700K in machinery, yet no work. We'll wait till the economy is booming and then sell your machinery. And then you've got money. But of course, you know, that's when everybody has money. That's always the hard part. Okay, so that's kind of a spiel on how to play this move. Like, if the parabolic move has begun, and I do think that it's pretty much begun. Like this huge FA event, everyone was scared to enter. This is the move to leave everyone behind. I don't know why it would stop. I don't know why it would pull back. Why give people a chance to enter? Other than to grab like a little bit of liquidity. Like you're when you talk about waiting for 61K, it's just not going to happen. At most, you'll get a move like this. You come down here, 74K, and then you're going back up. Maybe at most you'll get down to like 72 to tag this 38.2 level. Or actually the 38.2 is higher now. 38.2 is at 72. At most, you get to pull back to there. That's it. You're not going to get any more than that because everyone wants more than that. And it's not going to happen. So the sooner you accept that, the better. And try to figure out an entry. Yeah, alts could go down 10%. And that's all they need. You know, liquidate anyone with 10x leverage. That's the point of that. The volatility is created to liquidate people, to give fuel to push the market even higher. All right, so that's kind of my viewpoint on Bitcoin. These are my levels here. They haven't changed. We have 2.618 right here. Where's my 1.618? Wait, I'm showing all of this. Why is my 1.618 not showing here? Okay. Yeah, so 1.618 was here, which we paused at before. And 2.618 is up here. So I expect us to just, you get many little pullbacks, but I think we're going to quickly go up to this 83K level. And we'll play in this zone for a bit, do something like that. Then you'll move up here, do something like that, move up here, do something like that before we finally get up to this level. And then we reject hard. And then that's going to lay the groundwork for then the one more high level. But a lot of people will get liquidated probably kind of up here in this zone. That's kind of the playbook I'm looking at now. I mean, if you hit 83, I think you could get a bit of a bigger pullback down to like 79 and then move higher, but don't quote me on this. This is a bit further in advance, but I could see us definitely before the end of the year at 83K. I mean, it could even happen in the next week. I hate to sound so bullish, but this can happen really, really fast. Like crazy fast. And this is the time when you need to wake up. If you've been sleeping, wake up. Wake up because you've got maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months of this, and then it's over. That's it. The gains like happen that fast, and then we'll spend 4 months doing nothing and distributing and setting up to rug pull you. So yeah, I think that alts are going to move up in parallel, especially majors. I mean, look at Solana. You know, it's all about BTCD. If BTCD pulls back, then alts are going to rally more. But if it keeps rallying like this, then alts are going to kind of stagnate and underperform. But as long as you picked good alt names, then you should do well. If you pick shit coins, you're not going to do well. I mean, like look at Rune. So Solana's moving higher while Bitcoin's moving higher, but look at Rune. It's just stagnating up here. It rallied a bit. Now it's stagnating. And Total 3 also is kind of stagnated here a bit. So I think you should focus on Bitcoin and like any major coins with that have great network performance. Like Solana is the big one. So of course Solana is doing well. There's all these lists. I should really have them. I'll show them on the next stream. We might be a lot higher by then. Maybe I'll do an extra stream just because like things are crazy now. But you should. They have these lists where they'll show you. I have an old one. Let me show you guys. Where is my? Squeeze setup. Oh, where is my... I want to see all of my... Why is it only showing me a few? Oh, okay. I have to scroll down. I hate this. Oh, here we go. L1s. So this is an old one. They have a lot better, newer ones. You can find them on TradingView. But this shows, like, if I go to a weekly chart and I put it from, let's go to a daily. Let's just see, like, since, you know, beginning of end of September, what has done well. So the coins that have done well, Solana and whatever this one is. What is this? ZEC. So ZEC, Solana, BCH, and Ethereum, Litecoin, FTM. I mean, obviously this is an old list, right? And you can see how all these other layer ones are just not doing well. People aren't talking about them anymore. But FTM, Litecoin, BCH, Ethereum, those ones are still hanging in there, but they're lagging. The only ones doing really well are Solana and ZEC. So you wanna look at these lists and see what did well the last 2 months. Those are the coins that are going to continue to majorly outperform. Don't buy the coins that are down here that didn't perform, like Luna, Dusk, all this stuff. Don't buy those and think, oh, it's behind and maybe it'll make up for it and I can make more money. It doesn't work like that. You're not going to make money from those. They're lagging for a reason, because smarter people than you know that they're being underutilized. They're not introducing anything new. The network is not growing. So it's important to look at these charts if you're thinking about any kind of altcoins to buy. And they have these now for every kind of sector, AI, gaming. You could look at all of them. I will pull down all those lists and show it the next stream. I just don't have them right now. And it would take me too long, I think, to set them up in front of you guys. All right, so there's that. And you can see the stock market's still pushing higher. I do expect it to stop at like 59.85, just whenever the FOMC event starts. So something like Total 3, you can see it is turning bullish. And this is kind of our uptrend, but it's not as obvious as Bitcoin, but it is slowly happening. And this was the other side of the bull move, and this is the bull move loading. And we can even, do a little, basically that is our zone that we traded in, and our target is up here. And that's your target. So how much is that as far as, so your average altcoin should move up from here, should move up about 35%. It's going to be a lot more than that on a lot of names. I mean, I can show you on like Solana, for example. If we look at a weekly chart of Solana, what is the target here? Obviously I have my ABCD target up here at 300, and then I have my, so 1 second, 78.6 is going to be major resistance. But let's look at, if this is a giant W, actually let's just go to a monthly. So if this was basically your zone, right? And we've got, that's AB, and then here's your CD, and that points to 300. So 300, and then if we agree that this is basically the trading zone, then the ultimate target is up here at like 450. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more conservative. Yeah, so 2.618 is at 300. I want to see that. And then ultimate target is 400. So you get a double from here on Solana. If you want to make higher returns, it's a 2x. It's just a 2x, which doesn't sound like that much in crypto, but if you trade it, with like 5x leverage or something, I mean, it's significant return, right? I mean, even just like on a daily chart, Solana just in the past 3 days went up 25%. It's a big move, and this I don't expect this to stop. This is just going to keep going up. This was the big excuse to wash everyone out and then give you a move higher. How do I I want to clean up this chart. I have too many things happening here. I can't. I kind of need all of these lines. Let me see something. I want to change this to just that. Yeah, okay, so that's a bit better. To give me like short-term levels and then extension targets up here. But I actually don't want these for that one. Okay, better. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Can you give actual examples of those coins to trade? Is this a seasonal thing? Like now it's not the moment for meme, let's say. Well, there's a whole thing with memes. You can, just like how I showed this, you can find this for memes, see which ones are outperforming, and you can buy those memes. Although you should have bought them on Monday or Sunday, Monday, when everything was dumping. That was the time to buy. Not right now. But if you want to know which memes are the best, you just look at a chart like this, and then whichever ones are outperforming are the ones that'll probably continue to outperform in the future. And you can just pick from there, Rocky. And it's not, I don't know if it's a seasonal thing. I would just say that, watch BTCD. If it hits a critical level and it stops going higher, that's when your alts will do better. So right now it hit a critical level and it stopped moving higher. So it makes sense that you've got decent movement and a lot of a few alts, but then there's other ones that aren't really moving higher, like Rune's kind of stagnant and a bunch of other ones. Alts are unpredictable, and that's the risk you take with trading something that could potentially give you hundreds of % return. Yeah, Doge, of course, is obvious, Omer. If Solana is going to go up, I guess that the meme coins in the Solana. Yeah, the meme coins. So everything flows downhill, right? If the main coin, maybe this is easier for you guys to understand. If the main coin in an L1, like a layer 1, a Solana is a layer 1, right? So if the main coin goes up in value, then people eventually take profits. And they don't take profits back to their bank account. They take profits and put it into other things in the ecosystem that they think can make them money. So that might be meme coins. So whatever, the way to figure this out is to look at which L1 ecosystem is going to do the best. And then while Bitcoin is going up, you invest in the L1 ecosystem. And then when things move up a lot, or even before they do, you rotate some of the money from the L1 ecosystem into the coins in that ecosystem. And whatever L1 does the best, those coins will probably perform the best because that's where the most money will be to pump those coins. Hopefully that makes sense. It's a pretty simple concept, I feel like. I feel like it's almost too obvious. Okay, so there's that. Obviously, I talked about Solana. Rune looks decent. Breakout. Like, looks bullish for the most part. Not as bullish as some other coins. But you can see, like, something like Rune is difficult to trade. Huge liquidations from 4 to 6 in a week. And it's just insanity. Absolute insanity. Definitely harder to trade than a lot of the other coins. But it should continue higher. Just not as confident as I am with Solana for that one. Where was that info found where you could compare what coins in a category is outperforming? Yeah, so I think you can find it on TradingView. You just search. I would ask in our Discord too. I think somebody knows. I don't know off the top of my head. I just know that they exist and they're categorized by like name or sorry, by sector, like AI and all the other coin sectors, real world assets, gaming, those type of things. I just don't know where it is off the top of my head. Sorry. Damn, Solana keeps going up. I'm so annoyed about this. I took a lot of my profits here, right here, and I didn't re-enter. I should have. Like here was where I should have re-entered, but I was just lazy. And I was like, I don't feel like having the stress of being on leverage. But I'm so annoyed that I didn't because it's very obvious. I just didn't want to stress, but now I'm like mad. I didn't think it would move this far this fast. But that always happens. Always. It always moves faster and further than you think it will. Oh, it's gonna just go. I think it's just gonna go straight to 200, unless Bitcoin like hits a wall and pulls back. But I don't see any reason why Bitcoin would stop. Like this is your, yeah, that lines up almost perfectly for Bitcoin to just go straight to 83, 82. And if it continues on this current trajectory, it should be there by Saturday. Oh, that's like 2 days. Yeah. If it continues at the current rate of increase, you'll be there in 2 to 3 days. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, pisses me off. At least I'm long the coins. Like all the money I made was just to get more Solana coins. I didn't take anything to cash. I am 100% long all of crypto coins, and I have no cash. Okay, let's look at, you guys asked for a bunch of coins, I think. Dogs. Yeah, well, with my profits, my profits just roll back into the coin. Like I made a bunch of profits on Solana, and I just have more Solana. That's it. You want to look at Ethereum? Okay. I mean, it's very similar to, well, actually, Solana is at like almost at all-time highs, right? So big breakout here, but Ethereum, I guess you had this breakout. Ethereum had this big range. Now it's breaking out of the range. The range is kind of like that. So I fully expect it to go to the old all-time highs, and pretty quickly. You'll stop at about 3,000 and then go to about, so something like this is probably going to happen. You're going to push up to here, reject, tag the 365-day VWAP, and then move up, tag here, reject, something like that, and then you move higher or here, and then finally you're going to go up here, and then you're going to reject pretty hard probably, which are the old highs. I don't know about this last part. You might just sit up here and do this, or moving higher. That's the scenario I'm seeing. But again, this can happen really fast. So, and that's what the market wants, right? So they needed that FA event of the election to kind of cause this big pullback, got everyone really scared because it happened quite fast, and then the move up, while everyone's just shell shocked or liquidated, happens even faster. So you can't even get in, and that's just what happens. And they do that on purpose. And you can see here, it's the exact same playbook right here, right? So come down, liquidate everyone very fast. Actually, this one took a while to move up. They got people to be bored. So there's one of two things can happen. One, it comes down, liquidates everyone, then just sits there and like flatlines until you're bored, which normally takes about 2 weeks. Humans don't last more than a week to 2 weeks before they're kind of bored. Sometimes it takes a month. And then it just takes off, and it doesn't look back. And that's what happened here. You can see how you didn't, there's no real spot to like enter again. It's just crazy, complete craziness. It's even hard to like take profit. This would have been very hard to find a take profit area. I probably could if I look at it for a while, like, but I don't think any of this lines up. Like if that's our 4.618 is up here, and we went up to here, so you missed out on a good amount if you use that. Nothing clear. This is a bit more clear. I think this makes a lot more sense. We really consolidated, formed this range, and now we're breaking out. So this is what I would like to see with Ethereum. So once it pauses, you can maybe go down to lower time frames and look for a bullish breakout setup to then jump into your longs. And that's what Solana had. It was a pretty good bullish breakout setup right here on a 15-minute chart. And I just like this was great right here. And then right here was your final like start of the confirmation. But at this time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use the sauna, and I was in the sauna, and I wasn't checking. And then by the time I came back, I showered and everything, and I checked, it was all the way up here. I was like, oh well, shit, I missed it, and that was it. So yeah, that's it. Okay, what else? Please, top for ETH. This you want top? How high can it go? Oh my god. You want all of the information. Are you a subscriber? Are you a TRI? There's so many Kevins. I don't know how high it's gonna go. Maybe here, 5,278. I actually don't know. $4,600. I think 4 to 5. Yes, sir, for 3 years. Okay, well, since you're a subscriber for 3 years, I will try very hard to give you a decent answer. Hmm. And let's see something. If that's like your ugly W, 10,000 maybe. I don't want to give something that's wrong, and then you're gonna be like, Julian, you told me this and you were wrong. So look, in the short term, I could see 5,000 area. That's gonna be a big psychological level, and then once it hits 5,000, reevaluate. I think 10,000 is the next logical target. That's really all I can give. I need more data. I need to see this play out more before I can kind of confidently say where we'll head to. But 5,000 is I'm pretty sure we will get there. Any hope for Link, or do you think it's one of those lagging projects that will underperform? Yeah, I don't really think there's that much bullish enthusiasm for Link. It's just a Dino older coin. Let me see. I think it can still head higher. Like this is your it's trying to break out here. Let me see. It's trying to break out here, but it's just not. I don't know what the utility of Link is anymore. Link was popular before. I don't know exactly what Link is used for anymore these days, or if it's even that useful. So maybe, at least this consolidation could go to 21, 22, back to these old highs. So you get almost a double. But I don't know how much further it can go than that. I'm not super crazy about Link here. You could even do also an ABCD. And then that puts you at like 25. So a double. I wouldn't expect a lot more than that. Okay, what else did you guys want to look at? Can you please check DMT on MEX, Dream Machine Token? All right, we're going into shitcoin territory. Well, it looks better than Link. I mean, obviously this is your... Where's my... Here we go. Obviously this is kind of your W territory. If you can double W out of this range like that, I'm gonna make it more conservative. You could go up to 200, which is just a little bit above the old highs. Let me try again here. Yeah, somewhere around 200 old highs. Weekly looks like it's trying to reverse. Looks decent. Yeah, daily also. It looks okay. I don't know. Oh, sorry guys. It's just the clock's changed, so normally I would be done with this a while ago, but I don't know if I'm gonna survive to FOMC. So yeah, that's I don't know anything about this coin, but it looks like 200 4x return potential. You're on the other side of this downtrend line. Yeah, this here, right? And you've got you're on the other side of the downtrend line, consolidation. You took out the lows here. I mean, it looks pretty good to me. Like this would have been the buy zone if we go to a daily chart, right? So if you take the top here and you look at the go to the bottom, and I need to change this to yeah, so something like that. So your buy would be right there. So this was your buy here. Came right into the liquidity zone, took everyone out. You see how it went below all these lows, and you could have gotten it for $40, and then you just ride it higher. I think that was the play, and it looks good. It looks good. It could go to 200, which if you bought it at 40 is a pretty good return. Cello and optimism, please. Okay, 3 for taxes. Let's go. Diversified like Ryan. However, I could see from the recent rise, some has already outperformed. Should I abandon the stinkers and all in on winners or wait? That's up to your investment plan. For me personally, I abandoned a lot of ones that were lagging, and I went mostly into the winners. I just think that the thesis from previous cycles where you could just buy anything that looks good on a chart, it doesn't work anymore. There's just too many coins, so people really need to filter out. And I personally prefer to focus on only 5 to 10 coins. I can't do the little old lady thing that Brian does. It works for him, but I think I can do better taking on a little bit of stress and doing a little bit of leverage in some well-known coins that should go up, and I can outperform little old lady stuff as long as I don't get liquidated. So, but it's definitely harder. It's harder. You can get stopped out, liquidated, those kind of things. Okay, Cello. Yeah, Cello obviously had the liquidation pullback. Yeah, I told you what I have. I mean, I have Solana and I have Rune. I don't have anything else I recommend. You got to do your own due diligence. I'm gonna also look at some stuff. Meme coins. If you follow Murad, Murad on Twitter, I think he's pretty good with recommending meme coins. So like SPX 6900 and Giga for like Giga Chad. Apparently those are big. This coin called Xano I've talked about before. Yeah, Murad is spelled like Murad. You should be able to find him on Twitter. He's like this big meme coin specialist guy. I know someone who knows him personally, and he's not like a rug puller or anything like that. So I think you can confidently follow him. And then of course look at the sectors. You can look at the leading sectors and what's doing better, and you can filter down yourself. You don't have to follow other people. You just find these kind of charts and evaluate based on that. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I don't want to give specific coin recommendations because what if I'm wrong? It's better that I just give you the information to find it yourself, and then you make your own decision. And hopefully you post what you find in the TRI Discord and share it with other people, and then everyone benefits. Okay, so what am I doing? Cello. Yeah, it doesn't look amazing. Not a huge fan of this. It's coming into your 90-day VWAP and rejecting from that. I mean, weekly is still bullish. This is still a bullish uptrend on the weekly chart. I can drill down to a 3-day and show you how it's still intact. Just a bit of a pullback. And you can see again, right? Like this pulled back into our liquidity zone. Oh, actually it didn't. I think it pulled to into 61.8 or 61.8. Yeah. So basically 61.8 it went down to, yeah, right here. That would have been your buy. Didn't come into these areas. But now it's reversing and it's hitting a 4-hour, 8-hour reversal area. I think it could pull back here along with like Rune and a couple other ones. I think Solana went up, took out the liquidity up here, and it's also pulling back. All kind of following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's liquidity went all the way up to 77K, so I'm surprised it's reversing here at 76. But this could be your potential pullback opportunity down to those zones I talked about before. So there's that. I don't really have any higher like long-term targets for Celo. I think it's not, for me, I don't know a lot about it. I don't know if it's anything special, but I would just look at the highs and the lows and set up my profit taking targets up here. So if you bought here, you get like a double. Everything's kind of just a double. It's not that impressive. Okay, so that's the low. What else? Long-term target for DOT. I'm not even gonna talk about DOT. That is so old of a coin. I don't think it's a good one to hold. I don't think it's gonna do that well. I don't know anything. What is DOT doing that's interesting now? Let's see. Flux and Hello. I think I missed Zurichell's optimism. Yeah, Brian mentions a lot of coins, but for me, I don't know what DOT is doing, so I'm not enthused about it. I think Optimism's had a lot of shenanigans, and there's been a lot of unlocks of coins happening. So you've got major VCs and stuff like that selling it off. And from my understanding, the network launched by Coinbase called Base is like a copy, basically a fork of Optimism. And Optimism was really popular before, but it's kind of lost its popularity. Have to look into Optimism on-chain volume. But as of right now, it is still, in a bullish uptrend here. Yeah. Looks like bullish uptrend. Glad you didn't get liquidated, Pikachu, and you are still here. Glad to hear. Pepe rose from the ashes like a phoenix. Yeah, I mean, it's the meme coins. The meme coins bounce back like crazy. I'll look. It seems like there's a lot of confusion on which coins and stuff like that. I will get the list like this, and we can go over it next week, and we'll talk about potential coins, because it seems like that there's a lot of interest in that. So I will do that and help you guys with kind of navigating which coins might do better. Optimism, yeah, as you can see, is running into resistance. Right now it's in a bearish downtrend. Need to see a breakout on the other side of this daily chart. Until then, this is actually a bearish retest, believe it or not. And if the rest of the market pulls back, Optimism is going to go to new lows. You go like this. You'll go down here. This is like that's your high. That's your low down here. So last time we tagged 61.8 levels. This time you could go, if it goes lower, you could go to 78.6, 88.6. It doesn't look great. It's definitely underperforming. Underperforming for sure. Yes, Boris, are you talking about Trump? Landslide, I agree. I agree. It's fantastic. So many things are going to happen. You know what you guys should think about? You're focusing so much on crypto, but you should look at stocks and focus on stocks, because Trump is going to make a lot of changes. I mean, maybe with what RFK Jr. is going to do with the pharmaceuticals, there's some pharmaceutical stocks you might want to short. Like what are some drugs that RFK Jr. has said are really bad? Maybe there's going to be legislation that comes out in the next 2 to 3 months that stops those pharmaceutical companies from being able to market the drug or something. And then their profits are going to drop off the map. And so maybe it's a good idea to look at shorting some of those. I mean, that was the whole thing behind my Tesla play. That was a big part of it. So, you know, it would be good to look at what industries are corrupt in the US that could be shaken up. Okay. Oh, so many things you guys are saying. Zeta, Flux, and Hello. Okay, so Ucha has been quiet and nice, so I'm gonna look at Flux for him. But Optimism doesn't look great to me. Oh, Flux looks a bit better. It's not bad. It's been sitting down here, patiently waiting to move higher. Definitely a nice... Nice kind of W formation seemingly forming here. Potential target all the way back up to the highs, 1.4. That's all I'm seeing. I'm not really seeing anything else that gets me too excited about this one. By the way, you can see how BTCD is really rejecting. So that's what I'm seeing on Flex. It looks better than some other coins, but nothing that stands out in an extreme way. I wish I had better news, but that's what it looks like to me. What else we got? Flux, Hello. Aren't these old coins? These are old coins, right? They're pretty old. Yeah, see, Hello is just dead down here. But I see why you're looking at it. Very appealing. Nothing yet, though, from my side. I mean, I think it's still kind of in a downtrend here. Daily did break out a little bit. If I was going to buy this, I would try to buy at the lows and then just set my stop below the lows. Oh, and in that case, it would be basically like here, 0.17, 0.175. And then the stop would be like 0.15 down there, 0.148 something. Might not want to be at that 0.15. Maybe they go after it. But nothing really crazy I'm seeing there. I only hold Sol and Pepe. Yeah, I mean, Pikachu, I think that's pretty good. So Sol is definitely one to hold. And then meme coins on Solana should do very well. +1 to extra show. Yeah, of course. You guys want to do more shows. Oh, yes, I do think we'll maybe see changes that actually start benefiting society in a real way, but big changes will take years. I think big changes can happen faster than you think, especially when you don't have anybody obstructing those changes. Like if you have a Republican controlled House and Senate, you'd be shocked at how fast things can change. I think you've just been used to a bloated bureaucratic government that takes forever to do anything. And if you instead think of like an Elon Musk company and then think of the government being run like an Elon Musk company, everything can happen within like a year. Massive change. I mean, the government is just a huge corporation, right? It's just it's a huge corporation. That's all it is. So you just treat it like that. And you're competing, your competition is other countries in the world. I don't know any meme coins that aren't well, Pikachu, that's why you should follow Murad, who I talked about, and you can look at meme coins on there. And somebody probably has like all the Solana meme coins in a list like this that you can probably find, and then you just look at this and see which ones are performing the best, right? By the way, if I scroll back a bit more to like August, you can see like FTM did very well. So our top performers are actually FTM, Solana, ZEC, AVAX, BCH, ADA, Ethereum. Those are your top ones. And then like disaster ones are like Atom, Dot. Like I don't even want to look at Dot or Algo or anything because these are basically dead layer ones. If they weren't dead, they would be rallying. Instead, they're down. But you can see Solana and FTM are massively up, so those are the biggest ones. And then even BCH is doing okay, it's surviving. So yeah, hopefully what I'm saying to you guys makes sense. See how S&P is kind of rejecting here. Okay, what else did you say? What else did you want to look at? Gail asked for Zeta. Gail, if you are still here and listening and you respond, I will look at Zeta. But if you don't, I'm not going to look at it. All right, who else is here? Zeta. Oh, you responded. All right, let's look at it. Zeta. Where do I? All right, this is my shitcoin category over here. Okay, and we can see when everybody was excited about AI back in February, it's a massive takeoff and then drain since then. Very common in the world of AI. $1.6, basically a double. This is all over the place on these lower time frames. I don't see anything special here that's that different than any other altcoin. Yeah, target would be like 1.6. That's it. I don't expect much more than that unless they come out with something really unique, and then it should skyrocket quickly and then maybe it can head to new highs. But if nothing changes and you stay with the status quo, then like 1.6 would be your first initial target from where we are now. But I would try to buy at like below 0.6, like 0.55, 0.5 to get a better entry than you are at the top of the range. This range could pull back again. Yeah, I didn't get any Xano Ucha. I keep wanting and waiting for it to pull back, and it never does. I'm just like, oh. So that's a super bullish coin. Like, look, this you guys want to see a coin that's very bullish? This one. It just doesn't pull back. I talked about this back when it was like $3. Didn't buy it. Still haven't bought it. Hate myself a little bit for not. But this is just keeps going higher. There's no stopping this coin. Daily. I mean, I see divergences coming in and stuff, but it never pulls back that much. It just goes like here. I gotta go to 650. But I want it down here. I'm like, I want it at like $4, $3. And I think I'm dreaming. I'm not gonna get it. It's not gonna happen. As long as Bitcoin keeps going higher, coins like this are not gonna pull back and give you an entry. Yeah, I don't pay attention to Cardano. I'm not gonna touch it. Just it's a dinosaur at this point. Not interesting to me. And they have done nothing since. This is a scam. Soy, where is that going? 510. I've got it like 3 months ago at $1. Okay. Yes, Mr. Stingbee, I will look. And I haven't seen you before. Are you a TRI member? Yeah. Yeah, I understand, Gal. It's too late. All right. If you are a TRI member, I will 100% look. I just don't recognize your name. Well, if we go to like a monthly chart, this almost looks like a giant W, right? Doop, doop, doop. Like that. And the W is kind of like being broken out of. That's pretty cool. Something like this. So chaos. If I mean, this is like the hyper bullish case, like super bullish. We could go up to 750. It's a nice move for you buying it at $1. That's a nice 700% return. Can't complain about that. Yeah, it looks good on a weekly bullish. Daily is looking like it's trying to reverse bullishly. We got a bit of a W here, so you could even do like a mini baby chaos level off this. And that points to like 335, so that might be like a stopping point for things. I could even make it a bit more conservative. Yeah, so like 3 to 325 area, which is where I'd expect you to stop based on the higher W. So this 1.618 is basically at $3. So likely you'll stop there and then like this, take a liquidation and then move up here, do that, and then liquidation again, and then move up. Something like that I could see with Soy Sui. I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, you changed your name. Oh, okay. Confusing me. Let's see what else. Extreme Footy. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing on Sui. It definitely looks better than a lot of coins we've looked at. There's a reason it's popular. Yeah, I think next week I'll definitely come with those lists, and I think it'll make it easier and more interesting for you guys. I think I'm gonna cut it, and I believe Brian's gonna do an FOMC stream, so maybe I will do that. Maybe I will join or help him out. I'm not sure, but we've got 30 minutes, so I think I'm gonna go chill for 30 minutes, and then we will do the FOMC stream after. I don't know if I'll be there. I'm pretty sure Brian's doing one, but I'm not sure if I will be there, but I will try to be awake to watch. Anyway, thank you guys. Enjoy the weekend. Feel free to celebrate. Don't celebrate too much and kill yourself or something like get you drunk. But I hope you guys have a great weekend and everyone is happy with the outcome so far. I don't if you were on the other camp, I'm sorry that you lost. But I think you'll feel a lot better in 6 months to a year. I don't think any rights are going to be lost or anything, and you're actually going to gain some. Yeah. All right. Bye guys. I will see you later.